NFL 23. Coming up, we've got Jimmy Garoppolo. Everyone's still in awe of his last game, passing Norm Van Brocklin's 1951 mark of 554 passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between our visitors and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they come off a good win in the opener on the road, and they get a second road game here.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't really do them any favors, but if they can... The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo. And right side, they're going to go option here. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he'll be tackled. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage. And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Eagles will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Man, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because
These offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Garoppolo. They'll roll him out right. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They go play action with Hurts. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade. I know they're happy to have him.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon Marshall, and their new teams are really excited to have him because they provide big-time targets.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll work this down inside the 30. In motion comes the tight end left. Play action. Here's Hurts. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, this defense for the Eagles, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. taking it about the 16. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Orlando takes back over on offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one. But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete down the field to Goddard. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Hurts sets up to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And he's going to be marked out just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hurts. That's once again complete to Chark. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from drawing level. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP.
Orlando with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. And a Washington offense heading out. But Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series. But what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. Oh, heck of a move.
Man.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards there and a Washington first. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run this one right with Robinson. They find some open field here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary. They can find a way to it. Brown, absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
First throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again for the 41. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, 41 yards. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Milton Williams there on the tackle.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing is Hurts. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Eagles at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Watkins. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! Quez Watkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11.
Play action. Garoppolo. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Well, they've got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Throwing on second and long. Garoppolo. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. On 3rd down, Robinson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the... what to do next. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken inside his own 40. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And out now come the Eagles. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And the slot man goes in motion left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at on 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown! DJ Chark, 54 yards. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's DJ Chark who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores.
Here we go. 2.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's pulled in at the 32. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And the Eagles going to get one final possession in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we reach halftime and what's been a fair... Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Eagles to take over. They were winners last week, defeating the New York Giants. They lead this one as well right now as they come up 1st and 10.
19.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They go play action with Hurts. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for the touchdown. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Play action. Here's Hurts.
And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
It's now second down.
To throw again on second down.
Hurts.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Eagles have taken a 5-touchdown lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. To throw is Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw, Garoppolo.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jet sweep. Garoppolo taps it forward. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 20.
18, 5 years. Trap 60.
In motion, the tight end.
Come back team.
On 1st down, Hurts.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete. And touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with, to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, they intercept Garoppolo for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
19 right.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A great effort there. 59 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Off the option, here's Robinson. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Here we go.
Give to Robinson on the option. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Off the option, here's Robinson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Hurts. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles. Quez Watkins, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are on their way to a 2-0 start. Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And the corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Garoppolo again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
A 55-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. 50 55 yards. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. But, Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so when they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Oh, did the kicking team get it? Yes. The onside kick works like a charm. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, 33 yards. And the Eagles add 6 more to their point total. And they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Washington ready to try again on offense. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?
Now Garoppolo lost the football, and it's picked up by the Eagles, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And Gibson decides against bringing it out. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo under pressure. They got him again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
They'll set up to throw. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Here's Tressway now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 2nd and very short, Hurts.
And his throw is incomplete.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Throwing is Hurts.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because...
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling here.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Here we go.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is...
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Garoppolo.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Zerline good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to let it go again. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense.